from Fit for Life. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate an exercise metabolic rate assessment for you. This is Mary. Go ahead and say hi, Mary.
Hi.
She's going to go ahead and be my guinea pig today. Like I said, we're going to demonstrate the exercise metabolic rate assessment. It's also characterized as a sub-max test. There's a couple variables that you'll get out of this assessment. One would be your aerobic base. Your aerobic base is where your body is most efficient at burning fat, which is a very valuable thing to know so that we can then make a program tailored to you so that you can get the most out of every cardio workout that you do. The other big variable that you're going to get is called the anaerobic threshold. This is where you're starting to increase that intensity to where your body stops utilizing fat as a main source of energy, and it basically switches over and you're just burning carbohydrates. So if you want to get to your goals of losing weight or even gaining weight, gaining muscle, then you want to make sure that you're most efficient at burning fats. So the one thing I really like to do with all of my clients is to really get to know them. So first we start off by I ask about whether it's your personal or family history, if there's anything I need to know about, what your overall goals are, and how much time you want to spend on your exercise program. Because once again, it's all tailored to you specifically. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that and also have her put on a heart rate monitor strap, and we'll be back in just a second. Welcome back. Mary and I went ahead and put her heart rate monitor strap on. It's going to be right on underneath the chest, nice and snug up against your skin. We are going to put her oxygen mask on soon. This enables me to look at the variables that I need to get from the assessment. Those components include the volume of oxygen as well as CO2. So we'll put this on in a minute. You'll love it. This is the best part of the assessment. Everybody does have to have their own mask. There are various different sizes, as well as it's not washable. And after the assessment, you'll be able to see that definitely don't want to share assessment masks. So this will be hers to take home, and then if she comes back, when she comes back to do another assessment, she will have her oxygen mask and she won't have to purchase that again. So what we're going to do for your assessment, and everybody's assessment is completely different because we want to tailor it to your training. We're going to go ahead and put her on the treadmill, and the whole assessment is going to increase intensity throughout. My goal is to get you to your anaerobic threshold, which is once again where your body stops utilizing fat as a source of energy and switches to just burning carbohydrates. My goal is to get her there in 8 to 12 minutes. So every minute I'm going to increase the intensity, probably about 1 to 2 grades per minute until I get you to that threshold. At which time, once I get you there, I'm going to bring you back down to the level that we started with, which is just a nice breeze walk with no incline for a 2-minute recovery about. So the total duration of the assessment, only about 10 to 15 minutes long. Once again, this is the sub-max test, not a VO2 max test, so it shouldn't be anything that you can't handle. Prior to doing all assessments, there are certain protocols, which we already did go over. I made sure that she did do them, which for the exercise metabolic rate assessment, those include no eating about 2 hours prior to the assessment, no working out yesterday, and no alcohol consumption last night. So Mary was good, and she went through and did all those protocols. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and put her on. The oxygen mask is going to be suctioned onto her face. She can use headphones or watch TV or anything like that, anything to distract her. I will be increasing the intensity so she doesn't have to worry about that. I will be asking you how you're doing because I do want to make sure that everything's going smoothly for you. But I want you to try to not talk, so just give me a thumbs up if things are good. Things are getting bad, just let me know right away. But I don't foresee that happening. but be sure to tell me. So,
Okay.
Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, let's get started. Okay, welcome back. We're about to start her assessment. We went ahead and put her oxygen mask on. How does it feel?
Tight.
Tight. Yeah, it is tight, but it's needed to be that way. So we're going to go ahead and plug her into here. Otherwise, you're just a lady with a goofy mask on. So I'll have you go ahead and step on up for me. Okay. And like I said, I'm going to start you off at a nice, slow walking pace. I'm going to put you at a 2.5 pace just for a minute, and then I'm going to increase the speed to a 3.2. And I'm going to keep you at that 3.2 pace for the whole time, and then just keep increasing the intensity of the incline. We're looking at many different variables. In the red is volume of oxygen. The blue is the volume of CO2. On the flip side, you can see the amount of calories coming from her fat storage that she's burning in correlation to how her heart rate is. Go ahead and give me one more incline. We're at about 8 minutes. We're doing perfectly. I want to get you there in 8 to 12 minutes. So probably going to get you there in 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, I'm also looking at her RQ, which stands for her respiratory quotient. I know she's gotten to her threshold when this number gets to a 1.0. I want to make sure that her body doesn't automatically recover. So I'm going to wait until I get 3 1.0s in a row before I go into recovery mode. So that's where I know her anaerobic threshold is. And that number is actually derived by a combination of all these other variables. We just completed Mary's assessment. How did it feel?
Good.
Good.
It felt good. I could tell when the incline was going up, I could tell my heart rate was beating faster and I was taking in more oxygen.
Good. Good. Was it ever too much for you to handle?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
How did that mask feel?
Snug. Took a while to get used to, but after I got used to it, it was okay.
Okay. Great. Would you, anything else you want to comment on or any questions? Okay. We've also went over her goals once again and what she wants to do out of her workout. So we comprise a 3-month program for her. We're about to go over that and we'll fill you in on that later on. Thanks a lot.